Ireland's team remain the half-forward line of Trevor Giles, Graham Geraghty and Jim McGuinness. Match referee for this Leinster football semi-final is Brian White of Wexford. The first recorded meeting of these two teams happened in 1712 on the hill of Slane, and that'll tell you how long this great rivalry exists between neighbours Louth and Meath. Today it's a Leinster Championship semi-final. Louth record their very first point in this Leinster semi-final, scored by big midfielder Clonagale man Jerry Curran. 24 seconds gone. Alan Rooney passed to the number 9 and he found the target.
And the change there would set up that score. Colin Kelly's playing centre forward on Barry Callahan, and Alan Rooney is moved up to left half forward, which is more or less as expected, and Stephen Mealia has gone back to a wing back where he'd be used to playing.
So obviously Louth are planning to expose Barry Callahan and his lack of pace perhaps in the central position.
Well, I suppose if anybody knows anything about Meath, it would be Paddy Clark, who of course has been managing Kilmaine and Wood for a number of years, so he'd have a good line on most of the Meath players, and particularly Ray McGee, who he would have managed to a Meath Senior Championship 2 years ago.
Conor Martin's kick out. Nigel Nestor is in the thick of it, so too is Ken Riley. Taken away from him by Graham Geraghty. So they're free for Louth, and underdogs, real underdogs like Louth are, wanted to start impressively. They've achieved their first ambition at Croke Park today. And another point would be of great benefit. Colin Kelly, as Colin pointed out a moment ago, wearing number 12, but playing at centre forward. That goes wide. Louth manager Paddy Clark there with the glasses and sunglasses attached, beside Eugene Judge, his co-selector. Far better kick out this time by Conor Martin. Louth playing with wind advantage in this first half, spraying it around, finding Stephen White, good intelligent ball. Now comes the chance of a score, but it's gone wide again, and perhaps Stefan, in hindsight, would have been far better off playing that ball around. Stephen Mealia now playing in defence, despite wearing number 11 on Meath's Jim McGuinness. See here with these kickouts that Conor Martin against the breeze, it's finding it a little bit difficult. A chance by Ollie MacDonald, and that's another wide. That's 4 wides in the space of 3 minutes and 13 seconds. But Louth doing well.
Yes, and winning all the ball at midfield, and obviously have a policy of shoot on sight, but a very awkward wind blowing into the Nally stand there. They need to move the ball in a bit closer. Meath has switched their 2 cornerbacks. Mark O'Reilly has started on Stephen White.
So tactical games being played all over the pitch. John McDermott is fouled. In fact, I think the referee is acknowledging that he was shouldered out over the sideline, so it's going to be a line ball for Louth. Colin Kelly once again the playmaker. Using Ken Riley. Carl O'Hanlon. The Louth players that I spoke to during the week were adamant, despite being ranked outsiders, they were going to give it a real go. Need I say more? Great point by Louth. Probably the greatest underdogs of the championship season so far have started with 2 points on the scoreboard. It was O'Hanlon that set up Stephen White. What about this for a score? Dropping in, Conor Martin saw it go over the crossbar. Trevor Giles. John McDermott. Screen combining nicely. To Ray McGee from Kilmainham Wood. Chasing after him, Nicky Malone. Goal scorer against Offaly. And one that he lobbed in. Hammed in, thanks to Graham Geraghty setting it up, we'll remember. John McDermott again. Steadying himself. Having a shot. Sending it easily wide. Would there be any possibility, a danger, that Meath would underestimate Louth?
Well, I don't know whether to underestimate them, but a team which is at such commanding odds to win a game, they find it very hard to motivate themselves. Louth, on the other hand, have certainly an advantage in that, and it's obvious in the first 5 minutes of the game.
Point scorer Jerry Kern. A race for Stephen White again. Mark Riley did well. It's going to be a sideline ball for Meath. Stephen White, one of the main scorers, the main scorer for Louth. Darren Fay. Up towards Nigel Nestor. Giving it on to Paddy Reynolds. Chasing after him, Alan Rooney, and lovely walk by Alan Rooney. Great play. Ken Riley. Already this is a far better showing by Louth. There's a chance here of a goal if he can feed him quickly. Conor O'Hanlon to beat Conor Martin. It must have been easier to score. Had to be. And no wonder Sean Boylan would go for the bottle, because this was a gift-wrapped chance for O'Hanlon. He was unfortunate that it came off the post.
Slip by Donald Curtis there, nearly proven expensive for me. Paddy Reynolds losing the ball going upfield, but Louth playing with a lot of cleverness too, switching the ball from one side of the field to the other and catching the Meath backs at this stage.
Enda McManus to McGuinness. They're hassling. They're putting pressure on this Meath team. Good play here by Louth. Great start. Ollie MacDonald. Twisting and turning. Trying to send it down towards Alan Doherty. Donald Curtis has the situation under control for the Royals. Nigel Nestor. Referee now gives him the free. Trevor Giles going to take it. The two big number 8s run into position. He took his eye off it. There's a boot there, and there's going to be a free for Louth. Graham Geraghty and Ken Riley just getting into a slight entanglement. Centre-back John Donaldson takes the free. It's a long, lengthy one indeed. Nicely gathered by Barry Callahan. He wanted the return. Now he has it. Ray McGee showing for the ball. Survives a rather high challenge by Nicky Malone. Malone exposed here by McGee. Back to Giles. Chance of a point not taken. That's 2 wides for Meath. An uneasy start by Meath, but nothing really to worry about yet. Remember, just 8, almost 9 minutes gone now in this first half. Presented it to Tom McDermott, who in turn gave it back to Nicky Malone. Colin Kelly. That's a superb ball if it reaches the target. It does. Alan Rooney did very well, cleverly keeping it in, and then giving it away yet again to Conor Martin. Donald Curtis in trouble here. It's more of the conditions than anything else. Alan Rooney did very well here because his momentum was going to carry him, but cleverly just passed it forward. Barry Callaghan again. Easily read by Green McPhillips, the Newtown Blues. Two Louth players, no calling. Touch of silliness by Louth. Trevor Giles. Tommy Dowd. All alone, Brendan Riley. And yet another wide. Still no score by Meath, and they certainly have had their chances. Time for a quick swig.
It's noticeable though that Barry Callaghan is staying in the centre-back position, Colin Kelly moving all over the pitch. So Louth will be trying to get Colin Kelly loose down the wings. Obviously Barry Callaghan going to hold his position in the middle.
Barry's opposite number, John Donaldson. Touching the ball last. John McDermott going to take the sideline kick. Again, almost a gift-wrapped ball for Raymond McGee. But Louth have it. And under severe pressure, get it out first, Jerry Curry. Good block down by Trevor Giles. But it's a sideline ball for Louth. Aaron Hoy, goal scorer and a point scorer against Wicklow. Ball hopping awkwardly for Alan Doherty. John McDermott. High challenge by Colin Kelly as the Meath man was going down. And Aaron Hoy becomes the first player to be booked. At least I think he's just noting it rather than booking him. This is this new personal foul rule. Here's the incident again. As the Meath man went down, it was a high challenge there by Aaron Hoy.
This is very hard to understand this booking thing because Aaron Hoy probably should have been booked there, whereas Stephen White I've seen has been spoken to already, and as if the referee has told him that's his first offence, whereas Nicky Malone got away with a very dangerous tackle on Raymond McGee, which merited a booking straight away. So, you know, we can have the ludicrous thing in this game where a fella pull a jersey and gets booked, another fella does a dangerous tackle and doesn't get booked at all.
Good ball up towards Tommy Dowd. In the middle, Trevor Giles. Looks for the second time at the post, and for the second time he finds the target. Meath register their first point. It took a while, all of 12.5 minutes. Nice play here by Meath. Giles had all the time to look at where he wanted to deliver that ball.
Yes, a standard Meath point in that the man in the corner always plays the ball back out the field. With the same thing happened a minute earlier with Brendan Riley. You could see when the ball was on the other side of the field where it was going to end up. He missed, Trevor Giles didn't.
And I state again, remember Meath are playing against the breeze in this first half, and it's quite strong. Green McPhillips was fouling Tommy Dowd. Free for Meath. Sean Boylan just having a word with Enda McManus. I think he wants McManus and Paddy Reynolds to switch when the opportunity arises. This is Trevor Giles. And that goes yet again to the left and wide. Meath keep the pressure on Louth. Graham Geraghty. And not surprisingly, Meath are level. Somehow, it just looks so easy for Meath. This was a well-taken score. Graham Geraghty given that little bit of time to look at where the goalposts were. Nigel Nestor just deflecting it away from Colin Kelly. Barry Callahan finding touch. Aaron Hoy again, the person that's going to take this. Big Ken Riley from Stepan and Parnell's, giving it to his clubmate John Donaldson. Testing ball indeed. Well taken by Meath. Donald Curtis. Barry Callahan and Mark Riley. Paddy Reynolds joining in. Pass given away to his opposite number 7, Aaron Hoy. Colin Kelly, nice skill, nice little sidestep. Not a good ball, however. Enda McManus reads it easily. Trevor Giles, back as usual, helping out in a defensive role. Green McPhillips. I mean, John Donaldson, he'll deal with it. Ken Riley. Not great running off the ball by Louth. We have it here, however. Alan Doherty comes forward looking for possession. Paul O'Hanlon can't reach it. Donald Curtis can. Meath now seem to be in more control of proceedings. Taken off the ground by Alan Rooney. Over anxious. Championship football and pressure are all combining to force the error and give the free to Trevor Giles. Tommy Dowd. Back to Ray McGee. Meath traditional style, as Colin O'Rourke was saying a moment ago. Corner forward, giving it out to the wing. And Ray McGee sends it just to the right and wide.
Yes, Ray McGee showing a lack of confidence there. Really should have had a go first time for that one. Had to turn and then was going for a point from a worse angle when he really got around to shooting it. But he'd be better off for himself just to have a go.
Jerry Kern to Aaron Hoy. Into the space again. Alan Doherty gets there ahead. Paul O'Hanlon can't reach it. Stephen White and Mark O'Reilly. And Riley does so well. Donald Curtis helps him out, but all of that is a free for Meath because Alan Doherty went in on Mark Riley, and that's a foul. This is the incident again as Mark O'Reilly went down. In come Alan Doherty, no question.
And the Meath backs have settled down well, and the half-back line are always getting in before the forwards from the break off their own full-back line, which is the way you need your half-backs playing.
Nicely picked up by Colin Kelly. Great block down by Barry Callahan. Comes to Alan Doherty. Looking for possession. The goalkeeper comes out. Comes down to Colin Kelly and Stephen Paul O'Hanlon. Trying to turn, taking a shot. And a point for Louth. Dundalk's Paul O'Hanlon gets his name on the scoreboard, but there's always this sense of anxiety in the Meath full back line. Good score by O'Hanlon here.
Yes, a high ball there. Conor Martin probably should have stayed on his line, came out and jumped down and broke it. It could have ended up in the net very easily.
Nigel Nestor. Referee had to give him a free. Trevor Giles aiming for Brendan Riley, knocked away from him. Plenty of Louth backs, including Nicky Malone. They anywhere talent from Lanlear. Aaron Hoy. Louth are playing some very intelligent football. It's a good ball again for Stephen White. Louth man gone down on the ground. But meanwhile, Stephen White cracks it past Conor Martin for a wonderful goal. Louth are so determined that today is going to be their day. This is a peach of a goal. Just watch Stephen White, willing to take on all of County Meath and crash it into the net.
Well, a brilliant goal from Stephen White, one of the best finishers in the business. Mark O'Reilly and Darren Fay got their signals mixed up. Both of them left him. Each of them thought that the other was going to take him, let him with a free run in on the goals, and of course Stephen White is the best in the business, nearly at finishing. And Stephen White is doing a lot of damage. He's moving from his right corner forward position across to the left corner and picking up a lot of balls, so he's doing causing a lot of problems there in the mid full back line.
Happy Paddy Clark, good tactical awareness and knowledge, I'm sure, of Meath and Louth football has helped create all this space. While Stephen White was going through, Alan Rooney got involved in a bit of a schmozzle with Paddy Reynolds, but that seems to have now been thwarted as Louth concede a 45. This is the incident again, as the fullback really probably should have done a little bit better here, Gareth O'Neill. And Graham Geraghty happy, I'm sure, with a 45.
Yes, and Gareth O'Neill should know all of these players very well. Of course, he plays his club football in Navan with Simonstown Gales.
Responsibility for the kick on the 45-metre line rests with Trevor Giles. It was almost agonizingly the weight, that is, for the ball to drop over the crossbar. Just Stephen White's goal separating the teams. Sean Boylan, I'm sure, not particularly happy with the overall performance, and concerns about his full back line, I'm sure, foremost in his thoughts. John McDermott. But I state again, just in case you've joined us, Meath are playing against a very strong breeze here at Croke Park in this first half. Testing ball for Niall O'Donnell. Good confident play by Louth. Colin Kelly. And getting the return. Now comes the long ball again. Up towards Stephen White and O'Hanlon. Alan Doherty, injured in the process. Trevor Giles. Ball down towards Tommy Dowd. Well won by Brian McPhillips. He played under 21 last year and this year. Ball for Stephen White. No free, says the referee. Stephen White, in fact, or rather Brian White has given the free to Stephen White. But just with the din and the noise here at Croke Park, I didn't hear the whistle.
Well, Louth are playing very intelligent football, switching the ball from one side of the field to the other, very similar in style actually to what Meath are trying to adapt. At the moment, Louth are doing it better because they're much hungrier for the ball. Meath certainly not as sharp as they were in the game against Offaly when they fought tooth and nail for everything. It seems like Louth are doing it today.
Colin Kelly scores another point. His first, however, for himself, but the fourth point of the game for Louth. 4 points again between the teams. The referee Brian White has halted play as Darren Fay seems to have problems. Sean Boylan is running out to meet him to check. And it seems to be, I think, a head injury of some sort.
That's not looking good. Oh. Darren Fay would be a huge loss to Meath if he has to stay off the pitch.
And Graham Geraghty has gone back centre back. Barry Callahan is now full back. But Darren, it just appears by those pictures, seems to be in quite a lot of difficulty. Nigel Nestor. Meanwhile, Meath continue on with 14 men. Referee again blows the whistle. As the treatment continues for Darren. Just hard to judge exactly what's wrong. Meanwhile, it's Ray McGee to Brendan Riley. Jim McGuinness wants it to the left. An easy ball again for Niall O'Donnell. Jerry Curran is available. The man who scored one of the fastest points in the Leinster Championship this year. It's a great ball to Alan Rooney from RD. Looping it in long and high, but very much wide. It seems that Darren is able to resume. It would appear as if he's suffering from some sort of concussion or an eye problem.
It looks like that, and Dr. Owen Clark there, they don't seem to be too happy to allow him to go on. Sean would always consider the player's best interest first.
Well gathered. As now they're playing like men inspired at the moment. Playing not alone just good football, but a good tactical game as well. Good play by O'Hanlon. It's a line ball for Louth when he had lost possession.
Yes, again, the problem there, Colin Kelly coming short, taking all those passes from his half-backs in midfield. At this stage, I'd say Sean Boylan will be probably telling somebody to pick him up a lot tighter, because he is linking up very well with his inside forwards.
John McDermott seems to have also a major problem, and his attempt a moment ago to stand ended in failure. This is what happened to John McDermott as he went up for the ball. There was a slight collision and fell very awkwardly, and he really has a major leg problem there.
Well, the problems are mounting for Meath. I suppose if you took the 3 or 4 best players over the last few years, you picked Darren Fay and John McDermott as 2 of them, and here we have the 2 of them in trouble before half-time.
Mick O'Dwyer looking on very anxiously, just wondering what will happen to Meath, as Meath are going to introduce a substitute. Let's go down to the sideline.
Yeah, it seems that Stephen Dillon has been warming up for the past couple of minutes. He's about to come into the fray.
Nigel Nestor, meanwhile, relieves the pressure on his county by holding possession up. Paddy Reynolds, I think he wanted to give the pass to, and the old backflip is not allowed in Gaelic football, and Louth have it again. There is no question that Louth at this moment in time have the initiative. They've got to maintain it though, to beat hot favourites for the Leinster title, boys from the Royal County.
Meath couldn't get to half-time half quick enough at this stage, while Louth would really want to get another couple of points to push home their advantage.
Jerry Curran giving it back to Aaron Hoy, feeding it in again intelligently for Stephen White. Mark O'Reilly knocking it away. In fact, it was Stephen that knocked it away, so it's a sideline ball for Meath. Stephen Dillon still warming up along the sideline, not yet introduced. Great work here by Breen McPhillips. It's early days, but what a transformation for Louth in terms of their overall performance when you compare the way they played against Wicklow. And that sort of shooting was what we saw that day in County Louth against the Garden County. It's a total of 7 wides now for Louth.
And just an update on the John McDermott situation. It seems he's got a bad knock in his leg, but they're going to try and get him through as far as half-time. Do a quick stitch-up job on him and see is he ready to come out for the second half.
Great fielding by Alan Rooney, but he didn't look where he was kicking it. It's an easy ball for Mark O'Reilly. Graham Garrity now operating at centre-back. Over towards John McDermott. Well batted away by Gareth O'Neill. Good defending by Nicky Malone. somehow manages to get it out for Aaron Hoy. Graham Geraghty is fouled, and I think that the crowd in Croke Park, particularly loud people, greet that decision with a certain amount of displeasure. This is the incident again. Let's just see as that tackle came in a little bit late. There came the trip rather late from Aaron Hoy. And now Graham has problems.
Yes, and he has a problem with that ankle as well all along, and it's heavily strapped at the moment, so again the difficulties for Meath mount up. I suppose they'd be delighted to get to half-time. They could be farther behind at this stage.
So it's Trevor Giles that's going to take this free. Again, most unusual for him. Nowhere near the goalpost. And Darren Fay seems to be back on. Yes, he is. So Darren Fay is back on and operating again, marking Cathal O'Hanlon. Nigel Nestor only knocked it down to John Donaldson. Alan Doherty judged it perfectly. Paul O'Hanlon given quite an amount of time. And that's a terrible waste because he gives it straight to Trevor Giles. And turns the old cliche, attack into defence. That's a high challenge by Ken Riley, and Ken is going to be booked. No question about any doubt in our minds as regards this decision. And Brian White booking the Sabannon Parnell's man. Here's Jim McGuinness. No effort here to play the ball. High challenge. Had to be a booking. Jim McGuinness has gone down there, and the referee again has blown his whistle as the two players combined. Nothing dirty, but just really hard and very much championship football.
Yes, and a good decision by the referee to stop the match immediately. Both of them noticeably went down very, very quickly and stayed down, so glad to see the referee blowing it up and allowing attention for the two players. Both of them went full belt for that one, and both of them seemed to be badly injured.
Let's just watch this again as Jim McGuinness came in and Brian McPhillips. You can see it was a hard shoulder, elbow put into each other. Nothing dirty, just really tough. So Jim McGuinness seems to be all right at least, despite holding the elbow. Brian McPhillips from Newtown Blues still receiving some attention. One of the new up-and-coming players in County Louth. Under 21 this year for the wee county.
Clashes like that, upper body strength is very important, so the work that Meath have been doing in the gym over the last year probably valuable. Oftentimes in collisions like that you often see a collarbone getting broken.
That lovely man with the cap and the glasses is the famous Peter McDermott, a great footballer in his day, known as the man with the cap. And amazingly, back in 1962, he was the match referee for RTE's first television game. It was a challenge match between St. Fecken's of Louth and Walterstown of Meath, a charity game for the missions, and he was the referee. And amazingly, while he's here today, 36 years ago, Louth won that charity match. I wonder, will it repeat? And Paddy Clark, he just let down his mobile phone because he's been making contact with somebody. I'm sure it's not a substitute being called in, but obviously somebody up in the stands looking at it from another view.
And Peter McDermott, Marty, there also has the unusual distinction of playing in one All-Ireland the year after he refereed one.
Meanwhile, it's back to the action. Nigel Lester, Trevor Giles, Jim McGuinness, and a fresh air by Jerry Kern. I'm sure Trevor will say, well, I really meant it for John McDermott in the first place. Niall O'Donnell. Just into injury time now here at Croke Park. And that injury has upset the concentration and the rhythm of the game, as Paddy Reynolds now is going to take this sideline ball. Barry O'Callaghan into the space for Tommy Dowd. Did well to gather it. He was at full stretch. Gareth O'Neill with him. Louth have it under control, Ken Riley, but he only gives it straight out to Barry Callahan once more. Into McManus. Louth would need to concentrate very much now just before half-time, not to concede a major score. Well, major might be a goal, but they have conceded a point. Jim McGuinness, the scorer. Well, Meath dominated the last minute or so of play, and well worth that point.
Yes, but it was a poor clearance from the Louth defence that gave the ball to Meath. If Colin Kelly is going to be moving away from the centre forward position, there's no point in Louth kicking the ball straight down to where his man is going to be on his own.
Ken Riley was two options, and that was the third, and I don't think he'll like it. Again, that ball into the space for Tommy Dowd. Will he reach it before the sideline? He will. Crossfield ball for Brendan Riley. Will Brendan Riley reach the sideline before the ball? He won't. And the Louth supporter just adding his words of encouragement, I'm sure, to Brendan Riley. Sideline ball to the wee county. Sideline concentration by the Meath Selectorial Committee. Aaron Hoy did well. Again, Cathal O'Hanlon is the target. There's nobody in around the goal mouth. He's going for the point himself, and that is a great point by Cathal O'Hanlon. Any mistakes previous have now been wiped from the slate, as the wee county rejoice as we are surely bound for the half-time. 4 points now between the teams. A big boost to Louth and to Cathal O'Hanlon's confidence.
Yes, Louth doing very well by playing the ball down low into a position under the Hogan stand here, and both Cathal O'Hanlon and Stephen White are always showing out in front for it.
The breakdown for Colin Kelly, knocked out of his grasp by Donald Curtis, I think it was. They actually got the punch in on the ball. The free is quickly taken to John McDermott, but I think, as Colin O'Rourke said during the commentary, Sean Boylan will be happy to get his players in, because it has been a far from impressive show by one of the real hot favourites. They're down at half-time thanks to a goal and a point by this man, because there's 4 points between the teams. Louth lead by 1-5 to Meath's 4 points. 1910, Louth won a Leinster semi-final against Meath. Jack Clark was the selector, and today his grandson Paddy Clark is the Louth manager. So there's a lot of tradition, a lot of perhaps links between Louth's successes. Will history repeat itself? 88 years later. Jerry Curran. And Louth would want to start brightly if they're going to continue on in this game in the dominant position. Brian McPhillips leaving it for Gareth O'Neill, and takes the pass then. Stephen Melia. John Donaldson. Good intelligent ball again to Colin Kelly, doing the Meath Tommy Dowd trick of the first half, into the space. Aaron Hoy taking a shot which is going over the bar. Would you believe this performance by the wee county? They've only got another 34 minutes to maintain, and they could produce the shock of the 1998 championship in any province. Louth now lead by 5 points, 1-6-4. Let's go straight down to the sideline.
To clarify the situation on Darren Fay, it was an actual fact concussion that he suffered from, and he thought he could run it off, but at half-time they decided that he couldn't go on any further.
So Sean Boylan obviously putting safety of his players as a priority, and again some players slipping. Louth this time experiencing that effect, as Darren Fay, I'm sure, is really disappointed in there with Cormac Murphy and Martin O'Connell and company. But Sean Boylan again showing why he's such a successful manager, caring for his players, number one. Some pushing by Graham Garrity. Saying you, and Graham Garrity saying me. And now they have sorted out the issue, and Graham Garrity gets the free. Comes back towards Raymond McGee. The chance here of a point, and it's gone over the bar. And Louth, I'm sure, will protest at this, because Louth defence had relaxed, and we're going into a forward position.
Yes, an extraordinary decision there. The referee gave the free to Louth, and when all the Louth players had moved upfield, he gave it the other way, and it caught the Louth backs off guard.
I'm amazed that Brian White actually reversed his decision. And I know he will say that there was an initial mistake in the direction that he waved his hands. It's given a bit of a spur now to Graham Garrity and his colleagues as he looks for somebody. Stephen Dillon to Raymond McGee. It's there for somebody, Stephen Dillon. Now the referee has blown his whistle, and I'm sure perhaps it's going to be a hot ball. Hot ball it is. Well won by John McDermott. Giving it to Tommy Dowd, who loops one of the Dowd specials over the bar. That's Dunderry's first point in this Leinster Championship semi-final. This is good work here by John McDermott, giving it out to Tommy Dowd, and it's just the way he seemed to scoop that one in over the bar. Kick out is down the middle. Graham Garrity. Over towards Trevor Giles. Oh, that's lovely football to Tommy Dowd. Trying to chip it in over Niall O'Donnell's crossbar. And Dowd has scored 2 points in very quick succession. And it gives me the edge, mentally, if not quite yet, on the scoreboard.
Louth have had problems with their kickouts today. Niall O'Donnell, of course, is a guard in Navan. Most of his kickouts have gone to Meath players, and he should be really keeping them out of the midfield area altogether.
Now Louth have it. Colin Kelly. Nicely knocked away by Alan Doherty. Picked up by Donald Curtis. Paddy Reynolds lending assistance. Back to Donald, who wasn't quite expecting it. A high challenge there by Alan Rooney, but eventually comes to Graham Garrity. Over towards Stephen Dillon. Tommy Dowd wants it quick. Green McPhillips trying to stay with him, and Dowd is emerging as a real match winner. 3 points for Tommy Dowd. And remember, he had failed to score in the first half. Dowd is doing a demolition job on Louth, and unless they quickly remedy this situation, Meath would very quickly be in the ascendancy. 1 point between the teams. And again Niall O'Donnell goes for the middle, and again John McDermott sails into the air. Nigel Nestor. Louth have to survive this onslaught by Meath. Ray McGee did well, but he touched along the ground, and it's going to be a free for Louth. John Donaldson about to be challenged by Brendan Riley and robbed by Brendan Riley. A free for Meath. Paddy Clark and Eugene Judge know that if they can survive this blitz, they could well create the shock, but they are suffering at the moment at midfield and in defence. A chance for Meath to level, wasted by Raymond McGee. Tom Boylan still looks worried.
Yes, well, Meath have had plenty of problems, but when they needed a bit of leadership and needed something to grab the game by the scruff of the neck, Tommy Dowd has really done it for them. So what they need now is a few other players to do the same. Louth really have been much the better team for most of this game, but Meath very much within striking distance now.
Punch clear. Gareth O'Neill. Well played. Comes to Alan Doherty. He's trying to find Carl O'Hanlon, but the pace of the ball was a little bit too much. But the intention and the idea was a good one. Colin Kelly can't hold it. Donald Curtis fails to do it as well. Picked up by Colin. Good block down by Nigel Nestor. There's a loud man gone down off the ball. Graham Geraghty can't reach it. Pushing by John Donaldson. Tommy Dowd wants to take it quickly as Meath step up a gear. Over towards Brendan Riley. He gets inside Gareth O'Neill. There's danger written all over this. Still Riley tries to chip it, but amazingly sends it wide. And he knows more than anybody else that he should have done better.
Yes, I think Brendan Riley was in two minds there, whether to go for a goal, because there was plenty of room inside and men running for him, or take an easy point. In the end, he didn't do either, but Meath spraying the ball across the pitch, as is their want, in the forwards and catching the Louth backs out.
Better kicking this time by Niall O'Donnell. At least it sprays it over towards the left channel as such. Knocked away. Raymond McGee again. He has support. Graham Geraghty is one. And that is going wide. And the referee has in fact overruled his umpire. And he is putting the flag up. Well, that's two decisions now by the referee that will agitate the people of Louth. The first was giving the free as such in the wrong direction earlier when Graham Geraghty seemed to have been pushed. He overruled that, he changed his mind. And here, a point by the same player, Graham Geraghty, that was signalled wide by the umpire, was overruled by the referee. I wonder, what does the umpire think? The sides are level in Croke Park. 10 minutes gone now in the second half. John Donaldson. Ken Riley to Stephen Melia to Gareth O'Neill. Trying to flick it on. Alan Doherty knocking it sideways to Gareth O'Neill. Colin Kelly trying to open up the space to Carl O'Hanlon. Willing to take on Enda McManus. Still O'Hanlon. Willing to chip a point. Yes! Good score by O'Hanlon. His hat-trick of points in this Leinster semi-final brings Louth back into the lead. The concentration on Carl O'Hanlon's face says it all. He took on Enda McManus. Now look at the way he kicked this ball. With the side of the foot, he knew exactly what he wanted to do.
Very good play there by Colin Kelly as well, getting the ball and spraying it out from the midfield area. Both forward lines playing similar style of football.
And Niall O'Donnell came out of his goal off camera as that ball was about to be taken out, or kicked out rather, and he told Brian White that Brian McPhillips had major problems. And coming in is Dr. David Riley, who's checking out that the right corner back is able to continue on. And interestingly, Tommy Dowd just told his colleagues to send that ball in now as quickly as possible into that corner. As Pat Toner, the county secretary there with the magic slip of paper, is enforcing the substitution. And obviously Breen is very disappointed. So Louth introduce Declan O'Sullivan from the St. Joseph's Club. Now the another that was left during the week was potentially left vacant for this man to recover from injury, who's had a groin problem. So really what you're saying is that, what I'm saying is that Declan O'Sullivan is normally a first choice player, but injury prevented him from starting. And the first test over towards this corner. Well won by Brendan Riley, who's easily beating Gareth O'Neill. Ray McGee onto the left foot and a wonderful block down. Great defending by Nicky Malone. A hero for Louth, surely. Brendan Riley has the beating of Gareth O'Neill. He fed Ray McGee. The left boot was the target, and great defending by this man.
Great block down, but again Brendan Riley had an easy point for the taking. Probably shouldn't be bothering with goals at this stage. Unusual for Brendan because he's probably the most accurate player in the country. Should have flicked it over the bar.
Trevor Giles to level the match from this 45. That he achieves. And just like Cathal O'Hanlon for Louth, he has now registered 3 points in this match. The sides level for the second time. This was great defending by Nicky Malone because Ray McGee had goal on his mind. Wonderful defending. John McDermott waiting for it and gathers. Good block down. Stephen Dillon can't gather it first time. Succeeds second time round. Barry Callaghan. That's a backs ball all the way, at least it should be. Well won by Gareth O'Neill. Good intelligent ball again over towards Alan Doherty. Donald Curtis was fouled and quickly taken to Paddy Reynolds. Easily avoids the challenge of Jerry Kern. John Donaldson did so well. That's a great catch, considering it is back to the ball. Good defending.
Yes, and the Louth backs have done well on the Meath forwards in general. The only one that has really caused consistent problems up to now has been Tommy Dowd. That ball sliced off his boot. Plenty of Meath players, including Barry Callaghan, who went for it unchallenged. Back to Barry. Gareth O'Neill trying to knock it away. Doing well is Declan O'Sullivan. Confident play by Louth. Good work by Ollie McDonald. Trying to feed Stephen White. Mark Riley was fouled by Stephen, who arrived late. Stephen wanted the ball in longer than that, but against the breeze, really a corner forward has to be in front of his man here. But he was arriving behind, and that always, nearly always, results in possession being given away. Well, it's one of them, two of them, and I really think that was more of an accident than anything else. Nothing deliberate by Brendan Riley to foul Gareth O'Neill. The referee gives a free to Louth. Nicky Malone and Jerry Kern. That's not the place to be playing fancy football. Not when you're playing Meath.
Graham Geraghty. Unmarked, at least for the time being, is Ray McGee. Has the legs on Gareth O'Neill. Now the situation seems to be under control, just a little bit. Knocked away, Nicky Malone. Carl O'Hanlon. Long ball up towards the Louth forwards. It's there for Stephen White. It's a long ball inside that's needed. Colin Kelly, he gets to get there before Conor Martin, and that is a let-off for Meath, but good goalkeeping as well. It's back towards Ken Riley. Louth not giving up by any stretch of the imagination this game. This free wanting to be taken quickly, but Louth slow matters down. Now it's taken by Stephen Mealia. Unmarked all alone is Alan Rooney. Can he wangle a point here from this angle? Chips it in over the bar. What about that? Credit Louth, because they are the underdogs, massive underdogs, and they keep putting it up to one of the great football counties in Ireland, the county of Meath. Alan Rooney was left unmarked. Very unusual for the Meath defence. But what about this? From a difficult angle, knew exactly again where the target was. This was the save by Conor Martin. He had to be alert and he had to be brave to get there ahead of Colin Kelly, and Martin wasn't found wanting.
Yes, again, Louth playing very intelligent ball into their forward line, and the forwards, in fairness to them, are doing a lot of very, very good running off the ball and leaving space.
Louth lead again, and after surviving a couple of Dowd specials, Meath dominance, Louth are beginning to concentrate again. This is Carl O'Hanlon. Aaron Hoy. Confident play by Louth, but maybe a little bit too cocky there by Aaron. So Louth are going to introduce Martin Farrelly from Lanlear. He played against Wicklow at wing forward, and gone off is Alan Doherty.
A good move for Louth too has been putting Cathal O'Hanlon out to centre forward, where he's been picking up a few breaks.
Well gathered by Paddy Reynolds. Just gathering that ball centimetres ahead of a Louth opponent. This is a great run by Graham Geraghty. Stephen Mealia staying with him. Geraghty from there hardly misses. We're having a most enjoyable game of football in Croke Park. The sides level for the fourth time. This was good work by Geraghty. From a difficult enough angle, he took his chance.
Yes, a great point there, but Stephen Mealia did well enough to cut him out, because it looked as if Graham Geraghty was going to be in for a goal. The sheer pace had taken him a little clear of Mealia, and Stephen Mealia did very well to get back. Good intelligent ball again by Niall O'Donnell, this time to find Carl O'Hanlon in space. That's a little bit better from Louth. Ollie O'Donnell needs support. Aaron Hoy is there. A trip by Barry Callahan, and that's going to be a free for Louth. Noticeable today, Colm, actually, Brian White is not being finicky about the personal foul, you know, taking the numbers and the note of the players. Yes, I'd say a lot of the players probably have learned from what happened last Sunday, and the game is fairly free-flowing. There's very, very little pulling and dragging, and it's noticeable that players, if they're going to get caught in a situation, putting out their hands and letting the player go, rather than risk pulling them down and maybe getting their name taken.
Just as Colm was speaking there, Paddy Clark was making a few alterations, I think, to the attack as that ball is driven wide. Really, Louth needed a chance like that to be taken. And Sean Boylan looking quite worried all day. It's not been a good first half, a far better second half. Just the sway again seems to be heading towards the wee county. Paddy Reynolds, clever play by him, looking for the break, the loose ball. Not a good pass to Barry Callahan. He did well to get it out towards Enda McManus. First John McDermott. Testing ball again for Brendan Riley and Gareth O'Neill. Punched clear. John Donaldson trying to deprive Stephen Dillon. There's plenty of Meath players there. One of them is Tommy Dowd, and that's a point. And Meath leads for the first time. And Tommy Dowd has scored 4 points in the first 21 minutes of the second half. And the little wink and the nod indicates that Tommy is satisfied with this. Stephen Dillon creating. Tommy Dowd finishing. Now, the character of Louth is being tested because for the first time they trail, even if it is just by 1 point. Louth trailing by 1 point. The score: Meath 12 points, Louth 1-8. As Ray McGee drops this in towards Niall O'Donnell, punched over the bar by Brendan Riley. His first point of this semi-final. But Louth now trail by 2 for the first time. Carl O'Hanlon shouldering off Trevor Giles. As we look at the replay of this, Riley coming in. But again, Riley and Dowd are the real match winners if Meath do win this match. Graham Geraghty. The long ball again is aimed at Brendan Riley. Or Tommy Dowd, take your choice. He flicks it. And it was that close. The umpire showing a nice little bit of footwork here, just letting it off under his leg. As Riley, it was a great ball. Dowd did his best here, trying to get it in, and it just went wide.
Nothing too sophisticated about the Meath approach at the moment. Just get the ball and pump it in there to the full forward line, and all 3 of the full forward line are doing very well.
Stephen Mealia allowing Graham Geraghty to go for the ball unchallenged. Tommy Dowd. There's a chance here for Meath. Can they finish it? Yes, they can. Good score by Hank Traynor from Simonstown Gales. Nice play here by Tommy Dowd, setting up Traynor with his first point. And from trouble all afternoon, Meath have worked hard to dig this game out of deep trouble. And once again, Sean Boylan's boys are emerging. Stephen Mealia. What can Paddy Clark's men do? Jerry Curran. Nicky Malone. Launching a long one up towards Ollie MacDonald. With them is Donald Purchase, who did very well. Enda McManus providing the support. Paddy Reynolds the link. And John McDermott the clearance. Stopped this time by Ken Riley. 3 points down. Nicky Malone about to be challenged by Brendan Riley. There's nobody running in the Louth team. Nobody, I mean. Stephen Mealia, as the Louth forward line just stand around. Now they run. Now Stephen White has it. Tries to burst his way through. Needs more support. Comes back outside to Carl O'Hanlon. Trying to loop one in. And the Louth tactical game is falling apart. Mind you, Meath's game isn't great either. John Donaldson. They need a score. Stephen White. Perhaps from this drop kick, they can get one. They had to work so hard. That's a goal and 2 points now. The Burren Down, in County Down, clubman has achieved. Here's the point by Stephen White.
You rarely see that sort of a score in Gaelic football anymore. Drop kick is considered an inaccurate kick with Stephen White there. Fantastic point. Drop kicking the ball is a good technique when you're playing into a wind. You see very, very few players using it anymore though.
2 points now between the teams. Graham Geraghty showing his class now in the second half. Tommy Dowd wanted that ball once there was a change in defence. Referee waves play on. He wanted that ball continuously put into his corner. Gareth O'Neill and Stephen Mealia. Good combination by Louth. Can they now respond? Stephen White is now operating around the half-forward line. Colin Kelly, good play here. There's a chance for Louth if they can find Alan Rooney, but they can't. Good interception by Enda McManus. And McManus will dutifully clear it towards Trevor Giles. Paddy Reynolds. Well challenged by Jerry Curran. Graham Geraghty. It popped off Stephen Melia's heel, and it comes kindly back to Graham. Some pushing there by Meath, well spotted by the referee. There's still 9 minutes left in this match, and just 2 points between the teams. It's not a good ball for Ken Riley, and referee wants it to be taken from where the foul was committed. Niall O'Donnell to take the free. Paddy Reynolds gets the break again, as he's done so many times. Trevor Giles again feeds Tommy Dowd. It's a great ball. Here comes another point for Tommy. 5 points for Tommy Dowd. And amazingly, apart from the injury to Brian McPhillips, Louth have done very little to try and stop Tommy Dowd from winning this match on his own. It's 3 points again between the teams. John McDermott always comes from behind his man and somehow always manages to gather the ball. Fine player.
Again, on those kick-outs, Niall O'Donnell should be trying to keep the ball well away from John McDermott. Himself and Nigel Nestor have caught most of the high balls in midfield today, and Niall O'Donnell should have been trying to put them short, or else put them out to the wings.
Tommy Dowd is on stop. He feels hungry for the ball, and even more hungry for points. Meath again thinking about introducing a substitute. Ollie Murphy could come in to the attack. That's Ollie warming up there along the sideline. Stephen Melia, Aaron Hoy, Ollie MacDonald did well. And Louth come forward again. Paul O'Hanlon wants it deep inside. A great run by Ollie MacDonald. He still has it, and the referee gives him the free, which is quickly taken. Alan Rooney, great block down, and Meath survive. Total naivety on the part of Louth to take a quick free there. They would have been far better off to take the points. And from that dangerous position, defensively, Meath come forward. Louth have it once more. Stephen Melia getting it from Gareth O'Neill. Back to the captain, Aaron Hoy. And Graham Garrity getting him there on the face, and just a little bit of irritation and aggravation. I do think that it was just an accident more than anything else by Graham Garrity. And the referee Brian White is coming across to have a word with Noel Cooney and Carthage Buckley, the two linesmen.
But the problem was the referee just happened to turn his back at the time, and he missed the thing completely, and I think that's why the incident developed. If you had to see, it was just a high tackle into the face.
This is the incident again, and I think this was just a simple accident. See, it was an open hand, and it just caught Aaron Hoy on the face. Nothing deliberate. So Graham Garrity is booked, and that's, at the very most, it's warranted. Here's Carl O'Hanlon. Nobody in the danger zone at all. The game plan for Louth shattering into small pieces now. Tommy Dowd. Mickey Malone trying to stay with him. Back to Brendan Riley. Terry Kern is with him. Lobbing one in to Niall O'Donnell. Louth need to get the ball down quickly. They're 3 points behind with 5 minutes to go. Nicky Malone. Could they possibly produce something in the last few minutes? Ollie MacDonald wanted in front, but the ball went over and beyond him.
Yes, the game's suiting Meath perfectly at the moment. Louth have a lot of space in their backs, they're moving up, but they're confronted then by about 11 Meath backs, and when Meath get the ball then they're able to break down the field very quickly and have a lot of room. But Louth should be taking points. They've had a couple of chances there and they shouldn't be looking for goals at this stage.
Again unchallenged, Trevor Giles. Again the target, Tommy Dowd, but he puts his hands up to his face and says, how could I do that? Niall O'Donnell. Nobody really running for him. John Donaldson now. Still John Donaldson. No real threat at all now to the Meath goalmouth area. Louth have lost their way. John McDermott, Nicky Malone, very unimpressively, but I suppose it is effective, just knocking it down. And they're still not out of this game, that's the amazing thing. But they look, to be honest with you, a tired team. All for Ollie MacDonald. Donald Curtis again doing so well. Enda McManus, Stephen Dillon, and Hank Traynor. John Donaldson, Stephen Mealia, Alan Rooney. Free for Louth.
It's a bit like the World Cup at the moment. Louth with about 10 backs and Meath with the same. So every time the ball is kicked down, the opposing backline gets it.
Stephen Mealia trying to find Stephen White. Great calls kindly for the Louth man. Angling a shot, and that's over the bar. That's one back. A goal and 3 points now for Stephen White. 2 points between the teams. And I hope that Louth will not regret the quick free that was taken earlier, because Stephen White did well here. If they'd scored that point, there would only be one between them.
Yeah. Yes, Louth wasted a couple of easy enough chances earlier, and so it could prove to be very costly for them. Meath, on the other hand, have had 2 or 3 good chances just to put the game safe and have missed them.
A minute and a half left now. Colin Kelly getting away from several challenges. Stephen Mealia. Stephen White wants it again. Testing ball in around the goal mouth. Knocked away by Conor Martin, and he's lost possession. Louth have it, and it's Stephen White that has it. He's brought down, and that's another free for Louth. And that quickly taken free, I hate to keep mentioning it, but it really could well turn into the most outrageous decision by Louth, because now I'm sure Colin Kelly will put this over the bar and leave just 1 point between the teams. We're just 20 seconds from the full-time whistle as Colin Kelly puts it over the bar for his second point of the match, and now just 1 between the teams. But there will be injury time. Louth need possession from this kick out. Can they get the equaliser? Can Meath hold on?
Yes, Meath have surrendered midfield for the last 5 minutes to Louth, with Trevor Giles and Graham Geraghty both going back in defence. They'll be better off pushing up a little at this stage.
The most vital kick out of the afternoon. The most vital catch on the way. John McDermott knocking it down to Graham Geraghty. The quick, effective ball is required, and Meath have possession. Ray McGee being marked by O'Sullivan. Back towards Tommy Dowd. They hold possession. The chance here wasted. We are now into injury time. But is it enough, that wide, to keep Louth down at their end of the field? Tommy Dowd hassling, pressurising. Stephen Mealia. Is there one last huge effort in the wee county? They wanted long, up towards Carl O'Hanlon, intercepted by Enda McManus. John McDermott about to be challenged illegally, and that's a free for Meath. The Meath lads in no rush. There's a place in the Leinster final at stake against Kildare or Laois on the 2nd of August. Louth have possession here, at least they should have. That sliding challenge gives them the free. And the referee is booking the Meath player, Stephen Dillon. They need to open it out. They need to give it long, and here it comes. Donald Curtis underneath it. Ah, he did very well. Mark O'Reilly. Referee blows the full-time whistle. Louth have lost by the narrowest of margins. Sean Boylan congratulates the linesman and says, yes, we're back in the Leinster final. The quickly taken free, dead straight in front of the post, will bring nightmares to every Louth man for the next 12 months, because Louth were quite impressive. They worked hard. It was a very, very good performance, particularly if you saw Louth against Wicklow. Paddy Clark, I'm sure, will be disappointed, but this team has potential. Sean Boylan says, hard luck. Yes, it was close, and we were lucky. But it's Meath and the Leinster final on the 2nd of August. Will it be Kildare or Laois? Time will tell. But they win today, the Royal County, by 15 points to Louth's 111.